That's nice. I just reorganized this entire studio. I did a clean out, big giant IKEA bag full of products that I have to rinse, bring to Pet Collective. Grab a cup of whatever makes you happy right now. And we're going to talk about test kitchen stuff. I'm going to put on some makeup. I'm going to give you the first impression, even though it's really actually the third impression, if we're being honest, which that's what we do over here. Here we go. So I'm actually just wearing the Sarah Creel concealer right now on the face. I used the Solara sunscreen. This scorecard is almost done. First of all, I washed my hair. Pretty excited about that. I'm going to leave the concealer on because that's just a pain in the butt to apply for me, and the brows. I usually do those two things before I hop on here because these videos, there would be so much time spent like perfecting it. I'm using a little bit of jojoba oil to get all of this stuff off and see all the fresh flyaways. This is what's great about jojoba oil. I use it for everything. Fine hair, gotta be real careful with the oils. I'm actually gonna show you a heat protectant oil that I'm using from Evolve. They sent this to me a while ago. It took me 8 years to get to it, and by 8 years I mean like, I don't know, a few months. My skin's gonna look red. I did a scrub. Now you know. It's actually a rougher towel. All right, so we have the Jones. I keep having to remind myself to like sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee. I'm always like at the ready. I don't know what that's about. Just enough tinted moisturizer. I have this in beige. Creamy. It's not moving. It's not heavy, but it's a nice creamy feeling. I have been testing. I think I actually only did it one other time. Here, I'll do one side. And this feels like something you can just put on with your hands, you know? I saw a lot of very positive reactions about it, like, oh my God, so great. And sometimes I buy it and sometimes I'm just a cynic and I don't know why, but I guess I do know why, because the internet can be a weird place. So I'm comparing this usually to the What the Foundation, which is a very different, it's more coverage. It's going to give you, this is more about lighter weight coverage. So let's just take a look. It's pretty nice, actually. There's no scent to my friends who are always thinking about scents. I know, me too. Literally not a scent to be smelled. I will do an ingredients scan of this also. I don't have to put a certain amount on because I don't need to do it with sun protection. How about I show you what it looks like with additional sunscreen on this side? I'm not finishing my sentences. Coffee is not doing what it needs to be doing. Pretty nice. I'm trying to temper my first impressions basically because at this point, I've had a lot of positive first impressions and it's like, do you really like it that much? Always like to say, you gotta give it a couple weeks and see what happens. The first impression here is that it's a nice light coverage product. It doesn't feel heavy. I'm not feeling oily. It feels like a lightweight face cream on. It actually feels like a lightweight sunscreen, but without all the additional oiliness that those come with sometimes. So feels good. What do we think about the evening out? I'll do a little zoom in. It is a light coverage product, so obviously on days like today, I would want to put more on there. And I'm going to show you that with a concealer instead of a foundation. I think it's nice. I think I like What the Foundation more, but also I needed more coverage. If you have no rosiness and you need a light tint, it's nice. I'm just not, this is the Solara, by the way. This is their fortune teller, also tinted. This has a bunch of skincare in it, and it has not made my skin do anything. Not a blip or a bleep. I feel like the quality of ingredients in here seems to be, based off of my skin, very anecdotal, guys. I understand that. Not a cosmetic chemist, but the quality of the ingredients here is, you can kind of feel it after testing so many. And my skin's reaction is really positive to it. It's supposed to brighten as well. I haven't seen that, but it's a nice light layer and it imparts a glow. So I wanted to show you what the Jones is going to look like with this on top, or on top of something like this, because 9 times out of 10, it's summer. You're going to want sun protection. That's how we roll. I think it's a more realistic application scenario. She talks with her hands. Also, I'm really liking what my hair is doing today. You know when you're like, oh, I gotta cut it? Definitely there's deadness. Deadness. And fuzz. But I'm liking it today. So let's pop this on top. Maybe we should try it with a brush. Although no, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. So here we go. It's like a pea size, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to use, I have this one in front of me from Ami Collet. 9 times out of 10, a brush will give a stronger amount of coverage happening here. Okay, now we're talking. This is why, say it with me, we try every application method possible before we judge a product. It changes everything, and everyone's going to be different. So what works for me might not work for you. This is the finger side. That sounds weird. This is the brush side. Yes. We like this one better, or do we like this one better? I like this one better. In terms of feel, with that stuff underneath the Solara, that's actually a really lightweight product. So if it's a heavier product underneath, you're going to feel it, but I do have a powder here to play with. It's from Jones. So we're going to do one of my other favorite combinations, which is the Tinted Moisturizer or a Tinted SPF with a powder on top, as well as just showing you the concealer. I don't know why I always preface stuff on here. I should just do it. Yeah, that's looking good. A little bit squeezed out of the top. So let's just try it over here. On there, everywhere. It just misses, like, you know when you would get ready before anything with friends? I wish I could talk to you guys, but we probably don't really want to talk. But that's how, you go back and forth and you're like, no, that's kind of creepy. It's kind of this. It helps to have testers in the room. That's nice. Here's the thing. Jones Road, sometimes their products look similar, like they seem like an echo of another product I've seen, maybe from RMS. I'm thinking of the What the Foundation and the RMS product that's similar to that. It's their Uncover Up in the Jar. I'm not saying they're the same, but sometimes their products are reminiscent. Sometimes, sorry, this is the sleeve hole. I'm wearing these shirts a lot lately. Sometimes I can't find something else like it. I would say the Miracle Balm is probably one of those things. This, as a tinted moisturizer, without SPF, I have to look at the ingredients scan as well and see if this is, jam-packed with skincare. Wow, guys, this is totally changing my mind. You don't see a lot of straight up tinted moisturizers without glow. They all have bells and whistles. So possible that they've done it again and kind of found a little corner, a little white space, as we used to say in the marketing world. It's possible that they've managed to do that again. Wouldn't surprise me with this, but I will compare it to other products as well. The brush is the way. Yes? Yes. It's like, I feel like I can hear you. If I needed any more right here, any more coverage, finish your sentences. Thank you. This CeraCreel, I liked it at first. I didn't love it at first. I have been using it more and more and more. I've been talking about it. You've probably seen it on my socials. And yeah, it works very nicely. That's a little 2 dots. As you can see, like I have to tell you, it's 2 dots, guys. Gonna sneeze. Do it. I love the allergies. The allergies and I are one. So here we go. If I just wanted a little more coverage, this is what I would do. Voila. So good. And it's really a lightweight approach. You're not having, you could very easily take this tinted moisturizer, use your fingers for light coverage, pop this on top and under the eye, and you've got your base. So you're good to go. You might need to set it. Some people might not. But I love the ease of that combination. You're going to want a sunscreen in the mix though, so you probably don't want to put that on first. But there are sunscreen powders. I don't trust them. And I'm also not one of the people who's like, my skin can never see the sun. I'm fine with a little bit of that. Just do as I say, not as I do. I have got to go to the dermatologist and get a scan. I need to get more regular with those things. So let this be our collective reminder to do that if we can. But, I'm not out in the sun all day. As a matter of fact, I've basically turned into a vampire over here. Is this focusing? Look at how evened out that is. It's so good. I'm going to want to set it because it is a little sticky, but I did double layer. So this is the Jones Yellow Setting Powder. As you know, I'm a big fan. By the way, this was PR. I didn't have to talk about it. I was under no obligation to talk about it. I was gonna talk about it because, well, I had a lot of requests from this community to do so. I was just curious, and I like trying things out and talking about it. So it was kind of perfect combination. But otherwise, everything in here is just me talking about it, trying it out, and talking to you. So let's see how the setting powder stuff is so good. I think also that this is going to come out throughout the day. The shine, the natural glow, if you will. Oily skin types will set probably. Oilier skin types. High humidity people. Dry environments, drier skin types. You're going to maybe just love the combination and not need the powder. It just depends on where you live, how your skin is that day. Skin changes all the time, I find. And I use a lot of different stuff, so it changes even more. But I love that combination for a touch test. It's great. This feels like a full coverage situation, like a foundation. Granted, there's multiple steps here, but the feeling's a little bit different. It's a little bit more breathable for me. So first impression with fingers, with the brush, yes. Now we're just going to complete the rest of the face and see how this wears throughout it. I have a couple of other updates. Everything that I talk about, by the way, is going to always be linked below. If I have a code or a full scorecard review, I will put that down below too. Sometimes they tag products on YouTube and you can't get my codes. So that's why I like to include that information down there. They're always judging it. But I have really started a new, this is hard to do and just watch the viewfinder. I've really gotten into this like new routine that I'm doing at night, and it's called the bedstand routine. Nightstand routine. I keep what I have now lovingly coined my moisturization station. All of the creams, all of the moisture is on my nightstand now. And it started because I don't know, maybe I brought hand cream. Yeah, maybe it started with my nightstand and the hand cream. I was testing out some new hand creams. I'm like, I really want to do more hydration. I get so tired at night. I'm a real early riser. I like to go to bed early. I've always been like this. I'm tired and I just want to go to bed. And so I don't want to stand, although I've talked to other people and they're like, oh, I have a whole routine. I apply my serums and my masks, and I'm not that girl. I respect the crap out of that if you can do that. I'm just not that person. Sorry if you can hear a car revving. My neighbor likes to just sit in his garage and run his car for like a good 5 minutes. It's great. On said moisturization station, you are going to see a few things. So I have my body cream, which I have been using primarily for this area preventatively. I'm like, I have not been moisturizing this enough. And my neck using the Le Prunier body cream. I like it as a body cream. I talked about it. I'm a fan. This is the RMS bronzer, by the way. I just never use this, and I don't know why. It's kind of nice, but it has a shimmer. I just want a little bit of extra. I know you're shocked. Listen, I know. It's weird. I have my hand cream from a company called Dead Cool. I have my lip mask. I still have the Alpine Beauty. By the way, I've been calling it Alpine. It's Alpine. They corrected me. Lovely. Lovely humans. So I have that on there. I have the Alpine eye cream is something I've brought back into rotation. What else do I have on there? Eye cream, hand cream. Oh, face cream. Hello. I'm going to keep blending this. I know it's a little wonky. But the face cream, I was using this new option from True Botanicals, and it's their ginger turmeric face cream. You just gotta trust the process with this eyeshadow. I know it looks insane right now, but you gotta believe me. Trust the process. And just look at that. That looks ridiculous. I know. I see. I'm really a huge fan of that cream. It was a little too loose for me, a little too, it just didn't kind of adhere and hold on. I wanted something a little richer. I don't have a full scorecard on it because I tried it and it was just kind of soupy, which I don't want for a night cream. I want something that's substantial and grabs on and stays on without feeling heavy or greasy, you know? This is the Gen C Liquid Shadow. It's not as forgiving as you would want. So I don't use it as often because sometimes the blend is a little patchy. See, like it looks, it's not the best blend all the time. I like how it pays off usually, it's just the blending. So what I do is I just bring another option in there. But yeah, the moisturization nightstand, let me tell you, it is a win. This is the Jillian Dempsey in peach. Peach? Yeah, peach. And I just sit there, calm down, moisturize. And the other thing that's great is that I don't feel like I have to lie like this afterwards and not move and have pillows not touch anything. It really just, I don't use anything super duper heavy. So seems to work out for me. I like this stuff. It is very scented, so I feel like it might be something that might be a deterrent to some, but it's beautiful and I don't find it to be heavy or crease on my eyes. And the new cream, the new face cream that I've just started using is from Osea. It's their collagen cream. I will put a link to that below. I'm liking it. I've tried it before. I brought it back in because I wanted to give it another shot. And I'm 2 or 3 days in and I'm actually really liking it. Like, you know, I like it when I talk to Judy. She's my mom. Whenever I call my mom, I'm like, okay, we might have a contender here. I think in the main review for this, I will do a comparison between this and what the foundation. What do you think? Do you like that idea? Let me know. Minori, beautiful brand. Talk about them here and there. This is their Orchid blush. It is one of the most natural looking blushes that I've tried. It's a little bright in here right now, so it might be hard to see this, but we'll just pop it on like this. I just did a little roundup, by the way, of what I would and would not buy on Instagram, Cream Blush Edition. I'm starting to do what I would and would not buy over there. So if you're not on Instagram or you're not, I get it. Like, I'm everywhere. I could bring that to YouTube, as a matter of fact. If you want to see that, maybe I can bring those roundups to YouTube. It might be helpful over here because I get it. Like, do you have to check every channel? It's annoying. If you have seen that though, then this wasn't on that list, so you're kind of getting a little sneak peek. This I really do like a lot. And when this applies, it gives a nice little glow. There's no glitter, there's no shimmer. It's just a moisturized glow. Eye pencil. Jones Road eye pencil in Ivy. Green. Yes, green. I was using this all last week and I was crazy about it. I'll do a little bit with you here. And then I'll probably do the rest off camera because it's just hard to talk and do this. I like the pencils that they have too. I've been trying a lot of them. I've tried the Victoria Beckham recently, which I really liked. This grips and usually stays. However, I'm going to have to retest their bronze because I just did a Get Ready With Me. That seemed to like go pretty fast during the video. It was weird. So I'll have to check that out again because I really have liked these. Not only because there's very little tugging, maybe like the slightest amount of tug, like barely, you can kind of see it when I'm applying it. I'm actually doing a really good job of talking and applying this. I'm shocked. But pigment goes right on and it holds really nicely, usually. So I'm keeping my eye on it, but I really have started to love this green shade. Oh, I went way heavier on that. Okay, hold please. It's also pretty forgiving. You don't have to be very, very precious with it. As in, like a liquid liner, you have to be careful. If you get a little nick of it over here and nick of it over there, it can kind of, you gotta clean it up and then do it again. And I just don't feel like I have to do that with this. Hold please. I've already talked for 30 minutes. We're gonna finish her up. Cloud mascara. Just such a strong mascara. Root to tip. I also really like the Pro Lash Lift. I think I have reviews for both of these now, so check those out if you're like, which should I buy? I love when people are like, but which one should I buy? I can't tell you what to buy. I know sometimes that would be easier. I can, however, send you in the direction of a very honest, very concise, very objective review that'll show you before and afters, demos, all of it, wear tests, so you can figure it out for yourself. And these are both like, That's so great. I didn't even curl. If you know me, then you know that my curling is this. Whoop. Much better than one of those weird old contraptions. I don't like the lash curler. Am I alone in that? Possibly. Every makeup artist is like, you gotta curl your lashes. And they're right. They're probably right. But I disagree. I don't have to. And I don't want to. Here comes my inner 10-year-old. Watch out. Yeah, this is pretty great. It's funny, this week has flown by. I'm not sure why this week out of other week. Maybe because I was traveling the prior week. And when you come back from traveling, you know how you feel like you just have to play catch up? I felt a little bit like that, but it was so worth it. Because I got to see the kiddo, aka my niece. Totally worth it. I'll continue to do that again and again and again. But yes, it flew by. I had Solara testing. I have the True Botanicals under eye patches that I'm testing, which is really going to be interesting because I have such a thing about that stuff. I have massive side eye for things like that. This is the Cocoa Crayon, which looks a mess in, I believe, yeah, Grace. My favorite. This is my favorite color. There are a couple of new ones that I haven't tried still, but as an everyday pink, I love it. Grace has got to get sharpened, and we can do that. This is a Kosas lip gloss, which this is their plump and juicy lip booster. You haven't heard me talk about Kosas in a hot minute. I actually really like this stuff. I like the texture. I like just having a clear gloss. I'm just cleaning it off so it doesn't get gunky. And I like how long it holds on. It also doesn't do the whole thing. There's not a lot of... Let me check before I say that. There's a vanilla scent, but it's not the kind that gets into the back of the throat and makes you go like... So I've been wearing a lot of that. And yes, one more Jolts Road. Okay. This is the lip pencil in Nudist. I really like this. I used to have the Tower 28 liners. I do still like them, but I've noticed using other lip liners. This one's creamy. It doesn't bleed as much as some of the Tower 28 have recently. And I'm not knocking the Tower 28. I still like it. It's a multitasker. But if you like a sharper line, that one's a little bit smudgier on me right now. I don't know why I keep saying everything as a question. Yeah. Oh my God, I have to sneeze again. No, I'm willing you away. No. I took this allergy stuff, this spray. I can't do a lot of sprays. And then I went to the gym and I was like this. Zonked out, gonzo. It's called Azalastin. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it hits me wrong. My friends at the gym were like, hey, wake up. Wake up, kid. I was barely with it. This in social land, as they do, they're like, oh, drives me nuts. Hey, little girl, pose for the camera. Drives me nuts. Anyway, that aside, this is the final, pretty much everyday look. It's kind of a lot of extra steps that I would normally not do, but I'm doing it because I'm talking to you. I feel like everything applied on top of that really easily. This is what I mean by that. The two things that I want to mention for my hair that I've been using. This is from Roz. This is their air thickening spray. They say to put this on damp hair. I've tried that. I don't think my hair responded very well to that actually. So I spray it on my hands and apply it afterwards. A nice little shine giver for the ends. When I fry my hair, I blow dry it. Really the tools are it. If you have fine hair and a lot of it, it doesn't matter what I use. Well, it does matter what I use, but the tools make the biggest difference. So I use them. I just try to use them sparingly, and I need a heat protectant. And then I heard that this could also be used as a heat protectant. So this is the Evolve Standard Oil. I haven't been using it as a hair oiling treatment as much, which is also what it's meant for. I take a little bit of that. I love Evolve scents. They do such a good job at not being overwhelming, but also being fresh. And then after I blow dry it, I use the Dyson. I know. It works. I just run my fingers through the ends and it helps it. These are dead, right? I mean, hair isn't alive, let's be honest. But these are like super fried at the end, which you can kind of see. She needs a little bit of a trim. This helps it without making my hair look like spaghetti. Fine hair gotta be real careful with that oil. I'm testing it. Those aren't final, but these are in the test kitchen. The eye patches are in the test kitchen. The Solar is coming up. We're gonna get some more OG scorecard reviews going over here, and I hope you had fun. If there's anything that I've tried that you really are like, please do a review for that first, let me know in the comments. I will see you right back here real soon. Until then, bye.